Hi, I'm UH Engineering, and this is a 1 month in of the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. So I'm sure if you want a Centauri Carbon, you've already watched a ton of reviews about it. I mean, um, models are getting shipped out right now if you ordered early enough, which is really good. But I'm guessing not a lot of people have done a 1 month in. People have probably done like a one and done review and then not another one. However, I have had some new issues with the printer, and a lot more experience with it. First off, I have 100 hours on the printer, and it has been treating me very well. Nothing has seriously broken, and the maintenance has been very normal. You know, greasing the rods, updating firmware, very normal maintenance, nothing out of the ordinary. Let's start with the pros. First of all, it can print carbon fiber. I'm sure you might have seen my short of it printing carbon fiber. It prints it very well. Obviously, it should. It's in its name. I printed this riser on it out of PETG, and now I can close those vents, and I don't have to take the lid off every time. It's very nice. I've had like no issues printing higher quality materials like ABS or PETG. PLA prints are still going very well, and yeah, everything um, print wise has been going fairly well. However, there are a few issues. One of the issues that has just been happening to all my printers, it might be something like in my house, which is bed adhesion. Again, if anybody knows anything about this, I don't really. Um, I've been having bed adhesion issues on all my printers. I've never had to use a glue stick on any of the build plates before, but in this past week I've had to because my prints keep failing. So if you know anything about why it's doing that or how to fix it, please let me know in the comments. Another issue is the slicer has been giving me trouble, not with slicing it itself. Elegoo Slicer is a clone of Orca Slicer. Orca Slicer is like the everything slicer. It's for like every printer. I think Bamboo Labs actually recently went off of Orca Slicer. I don't actually remember. However, I used Orca Slicer because I can now use it with my Prusa and my Elegoo. So I use them, but there's a problem. So when the Centauri Carbon first came out, there was an issue where basically if you said, hey, take a time lapse when sending the print over, it wouldn't ever take the time lapse. Elegoo fixed this with a update to their slicer. However, they didn't fix it with an update to Orca Slicer. So whenever I say, hey, can you take a time lapse, and no matter what file, if I just send it over and then print it late, like print it with the button on, doesn't take a time lapse. I have to actually I have to put it in Orca Slicer to get a time lapse video. And this is a big issue because I love the time lapse videos. Another issue that has arisen by an account called 3D Printer Mike. His printer has about 300 hours, so 3 times as many as me. But he has had an issue where it starts printing in midair, and I haven't seen anybody have this many hours or this problem. So I think it's a big issue. When I approach that mark, I will maybe, if it does happen, I'll definitely make another video to probably just a short or um, a shorter video because that would be a huge issue. And I think you should totally go check out his content. He is making some really cool Star Wars droids, and I'm very excited to see them. You may have noticed my kitty joined me for this review. Say hi. I've printed a lot more on this printer. I printed an entire Warhammer army. I've been getting into Warhammer, so I already had a Krieg army that I printed on my Prusa Mark IV, but I recently printed a Blood Ravens army because I love the Blood Ravens, and the quality is astronomical for a FDM 3D printer. I obviously want a resin printer. Elegoo, I think, has a sale going on right now where you could get some resin printers for, I think, up to 30% off, but it is a huge sale, and if you want a resin printer right now, it's a great idea. But the quality for them was insane. The supports, I have really good support settings for miniatures. I'll share those if you guys want them, but my miniatures came out like nearly perfectly with PLA, and like just standard PLA, the most generic I can find actually. And again, I've been having bed adhesion issues, so that's been a problem on this printer. I would have to print each model like 3 times just for it to work. But it's not really a big deal because it's fairly easy to use. Another problem, if you click leveling, which you don't have to, but I do it every few prints because it's good to level the print, like, or prints that need to be extra flat, I definitely level it. But if you do level it and then you stop the print during leveling, it won't stop until leveling's finished, and leveling takes about 5 minutes. It's like a very small issue, but still annoying. Another issue that I've had is vibrations. So the printer shakes my whole desk. This isn't a very actually I can't shake it. There's a cat on my lap, but it's not a very sturdy desk, but it still shakes it a lot and knocks stuff over. I did get the accessory pack that came with the printer, and it has anti-vibration feet, but those have yet to ship, which makes me very sad because there's so much cool stuff, new build plates, anti-vibration feet, a whole roll of filament. Overall, I'm very excited for that to come, and I'll probably make a short about it because it's I'm excited, and that probably means that if that ships, most of the printers that if you ordered have also probably started shipping. But other than that, there isn't a lot else. It's still a great printer. These issues, I don't think. Oh, bye. Okay, bye, cat. I'm gonna move this. But get out of here. There's not a bunch of other issues that I've had with the printer, and I would still consider it a good printer for a budget. I don't think any of these issues, except for the one that I mentioned by a 3D printer Mike, none of these are like, don't buy this printer, it's so bad. It's kind of just, it happens. These will get fixed eventually. Again, a lot of these are software errors, and yeah, so I'm hoping that in the future, Elegoo adds an app. I really want an app. Again, I messaged them about this before, an app to view my prints, and some people said that I could use Clipper interface in the comments, and I would love to know how that works, because in my last video, I also got a bunch of comments that are like chameleon and like macros, and I don't understand anything they're saying. I'm not big into building my own printers. I like printers a lot, obviously, but I don't really build them. Another thing that I think I have to say is Creality has sneakily released 2 new printers, or not released, but kind of announced them or teased them. And these 2 printers are the K2 Pro and the K2. Obviously, they had their K2 Plus. I think overall, a lot of people liked the K2 Plus. However, they made an Instagram post that just had the K2 Pro with its specs and upgrades, and the K2 with its specs and upgrades. Nothing else about it. Can't find anything on the internet. If you guys know more about these printers, tell me. If they've already come out and I'm just out of the loop, tell me. Flashforge has released 2 new printers. I forget what they're called. I think it's actually just one printer. There was 2 colors, but they released or announced a new printer, and I think it's actually pretty cool. Fairly sure. I haven't checked it out at all. I started watching a video, but I didn't finish it. But overall, super cool stuff for 3D printing after Rapid and TCT. The Elegoo announcement was not a multicolor system for the Centauri Carbon. I'm very sad. It was another one of their printers, which is, I think it's the Neptune 2. It's a huge printer. It looks a lot like the Centauri Carbon, and if I could get a resin printer, I would totally get it because it would match this a lot. But I don't entirely believe that it's not their AMS unit because the picture looks too much like an AMS unit. I think they'll just reveal that in the future. I think the next big 3D printer event is going to be Rocky Mountain Rec Rap Festival, which I am attending. I am super excited for Rocky Mountain Rec Rap Festival, and I hope to see some of you guys there. If I hope that there's some printer announces there because I love those. And yeah, I think that is all for this video. Thank you so much for the support. We recently passed 100 subscribers, And again, you guys are just the best. I never expected this to really go anywhere. It was supposed to be more of a documentation of some of the projects, but now people seem to really enjoy what I do. And I'm so thankful for you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.